After this, a Jewish festival took place, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. By the sheep gate in Jerusalem, there is a pool called Bethesda in Aramaic, which has 5 colonnades. Within these lay a large number of the disabled, blind, lame, and paralyzed. This is John chapter 5. One man was there who had been disabled for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and realized he had already been there a long time, he said to him,
"Do you want to get well?"
Why, I have to interrupt right there. Why would Jesus ask somebody, do they want to get well? Why would you do that? Why would you ask somebody that? I'm curious. Curiosity. I sit here and I'm just pondering. I can just imagine myself just going back in time, and I'm just sitting here by Bethesda. And I sit down and I watch this man of 38 years, who's been ill for 38 years, just sitting there amongst these people, these disabled, blind, the lame, the paralyzed people, just sitting amongst them. And it comes to me, I'm like, well, what are you doing here? Everyone here is sick. Does this work? This pool? Are you sure it works? Is it bathing in the pool that heals you? Is this what you believe? This pool has some sort of miracle healing authority. And you have to wait to get into this pool, and you'll be restored once you get out of these waters. Honestly, I think it'd be more people here, not just the sick people. I think the well people would just knock all y'all out of the way and get in there if it worked like that. They would. The ones without strength wouldn't even have access to it. This Bethesda that you're waiting on. And Jesus is like, So we ask him,
"Do you want to get well?"
like, this is a serious question. I'm sure here people might come by, drop off some things, some charitable events, some charitable acts. They might bring you some food. You might have a little shelter, somewhere to lay your head. We might throw a few pennies, denarii, to help you amongst these ill people here. Are you comfortable here? Or do you really want to get well? Your will. Will, double entendre, will, the will to get better, or will, something you write once you are preparing to depart this place, to decease, to sleep. What is your will? Double entendre. And this is what the man says. John chapter 5, verse 7. Sir, and now this is the Christian Standard Bible. John chapter 5, verse 7. Sir, the disabled man answered, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I'm coming, someone goes down ahead of me. Jesus he looks around. Well, why would somebody wait on you to get into this Bethesda? I wouldn't wait on you. I would walk in front of you too. Where is your faith?
Get up.
Now this is John chapter 5, verse 8. He says,
Get up.
Jesus told him.
Pick up your mat and walk.
Instantly, the man got well, picked up his mat, and started to walk. Now, I'm born and raised in Alabama.
Regards, I mean, I know that's all he had to do was just pick up his mat and walk. What about the other disabled people? And how come they can't do it? Well, gee whiz, if all he had to do was pick up his mat and walk, then why was he sitting around there complaining about getting in the pool?
Faith. Faith. That's why. Faith. Now, you know they didn't like this. The religious people. They didn't like this at all. John chapter 5, verse 14. In this, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him,
See, you are well. Do not sin anymore, so that something worse doesn't happen to you.
So, from what Jesus is saying, that sin causes sickness. And after you are healed, if you continue to sin, the sickness will return. Simple enough, right? Makes sense. Live a good life. Follow the commandments. Stop sinning or something worse may happen. And then make sure that you have faith if anything does happen. Just have faith, believe, and it will be done. John chapter 5, verse 15. The man went and reported to the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. Well, what about Bethesda, the pool? John chapter 5, verse 16. Therefore the Jews began persecuting Jesus because he was doing these things on the Sabbath. Now, what has this got to do with anything? What are you talking about? He can't be healing people on the Sabbath. He just made us look stupid. We got to come up with something. What can we say? He just healed 38 years of being sick. We got all these people around the pool just healed, just messed up. He just made us all look stupid. We got to say something. What can we do? Good. We'll tell him he was working on the Sabbath. We're supposed to rest on the Sabbath. We got to come up with something. This is good. This will do. That's what happened when he made him look stupid. That's what they did. John chapter 5, verse 17. Jesus responded to them,
My Father is still working, and I am working also.
So what do y'all expect God to take the day off? God is always working. He's always working. Doing something good, showing love. Loving thy neighbor as thy love thyself on the Sabbath is not a sin. Right? If an ox falls into a hole and you help your neighbor get the ox out of the hole, that is not a sin on the Sabbath. Understood? Comprende? John chapter 5, verse 18. This is why the Jews began trying all the more to kill him. Not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself equal to God. Verse 19, Jesus replied,
Truly I tell you, the Son is not able to do anything on his own, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, the Son likewise does these things. For the Father loves the Son and shows him everything he is doing, and he will show him greater works than these, so that you will be amazed. And just as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so the Son also gives life to whom he wants. The Father, in fact, judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son, so that all people may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. Anyone who does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him.
skip, jump. God is love. 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 13. Christian Standard Bible. If I speak human or angelic tongues, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so that I can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give away all my possessions, and if I give over my body in order to boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not brag. Verse 4. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy, is not boastful, is not arrogant, is not rude, is not self-seeking, is not irritable, and does not keep a record of wrongs. Love finds no joy in unrighteousness, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends, but as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when the perfect comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put aside childish things. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I will know fully as I am fully known. Now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Matthew 22:36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? 37. Jesus said unto them, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. Verse 39, chapter 22. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Love. Love. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him, believeth in him, believeth in him, shall not perish, but have everlasting life. What is life? Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life. So in order to have life, you must have Jesus. Simple complexity. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So in order to have life, you must have Jesus. Again, simple complexity. Very, very, very easy to understand. Authority of Glory Podcast, Episode 10. It's your boy, Laborjay The Big Shot.
We fishing for people, lure, lure, lure. Lure, lure, lure.